Good morning, and we are in chapter 9 of 1 Samuel, and we are going to be introduced to Saul. Now there was a man of Benjamin whose name was Kish, and the son of Abiel, the son of Zor, the son of Bechkorath, the son of Aphiah, a Benjaminite, a mighty man of power. And he had a son whose name was Saul, a choice young man and a goodly. Notice the description, a choice young man and a goodly. And there was not among the children of Israel a goodlier person than he. From his shoulders upward he was higher than any of the people, meaning he was quite tall. And the asses of Kish, Saul's father, were lost, and Kish said unto Saul his son, Now take thee one of the servants with thee, and arise and go and seek the asses. And he passed through, look, he goes quite a distance from what it sounds like. He passed through the Mount Ephraim and passed through Shilasha, but they found them not. And when they passed through the land of Shilim, and there they were not, he passed through the land of the Benjaminites, and they found them not. And when they were come to the land of Saul, Saul said to the servant that was with him, Come, let us return, lest my father leave caring for the asses and take thought for us. In other words, we better return because my father's going to worry about us now. Not even worry about his livestock. He just he'll want us, and we need to return. We haven't found them. We don't know where they are. We could go for days like this. And he said unto him, Behold, now here is the city of a man of God, and he is an honorable man. All that he saith cometh surely to pass. Now let us go thither, peradventure he can show us our way that we should go. So we've got this man of God that's going to show them the way. They know that he is a man of God, and I guess at this point everybody should, since Samuel has been the prophet and a judge of Israel for many, many years now. But it doesn't mean that Saul would have ever met him because of where he lives and what he does. Then said Saul to his servant, But behold, if we go, what shall we bring the man? For the bread is spent in our vessels, and there is not a present to bring the man of God. What have we? And the servant answered Saul again and said, Behold, I have at hand the fourth part of a shekel of silver. Not very much, just a little bit. But we're just asking for knowledge of something. We're not asking a lot. That will I give the man of God to tell us our way. Before time in Israel, a man went to inquire of God. Thus he spake, Come and let us go to the seer. For he is now called a prophet. He that is now called a prophet was before time called a seer. Now, I think this is interesting only because we always talk about the difficulty of language in the Old Testament and so forth. Here we see that even in the Old Testament, there was differences where they used to call somebody a seer. Before time by the time they wrote this, he would have just been called a prophet. But we also, in our time, identify a person, a prophet, and a seer a little bit different. What is a seer? A seer is a person authorized of God to see with spiritual eyes things that God had has hidden from the world. As explained in the Book of Mormon, seers are revelators and prophets. They are given power from God to know of things which are past and also things which are to come. Today, members of the First Presidency and the Quorum of the 12 Apostles are sustained as prophets, seers, and revelators. And we often identify them separately. What I think he's saying here is that in times past it was a lot more interchangeable, or at least they would say, we'll go and see a seer, when they meant that they're going to see a prophet. When Saul to his servant, then said Saul to his servant, well said, come, let us go. So they went to the city where the man of God was. And as they went up the hill to the city, they found young maidens going out to draw water, and said unto them, is the seer here? And they answered them and said, he is. Behold, he is before you. He's just ahead, basically. Make haste now, for he came today to the city, for there is a sacrifice of the people today in the high place. Now, high place you'll hear in the scriptures a few times this year, and so it might be worth looking at where were the high places. High places were mountains, hilltops, or elevated platforms where the Israelites built altars to Jehovah. The Canaanites also used high places to build altars or monuments to their false gods. The Lord commanded the Israelites to destroy the Canaanite high places during the conquest of the Promised Land. A few centuries after the time of Samuel, King Josiah ordered high places to be removed because of the corrupt religious practices associated with them. So at one time they were for Jehovah, another time the Canaanites corrupted that to worship their own gods in the high places. And just a note and a thought in this high place, think about Jesus when he what we call the Sermon on the Mount. He went to a high place, maybe not like right up in the mountains, but at least on the hills or something, somewhere people had to come up to. And can you see the symbolism, the significance of people coming up to this high place to worship and to learn from God? As soon as ye come into the city, ye shall straightway find him, before he go up to the high place to eat. For the people will not eat until he come, because he doth bless the sacrifice, and afterwards they eat that be bidden. Now therefore get you up, for about this time ye shall find him. And they went up into the city, and when they were come into the city, behold, Samuel came out against them, for to go up to the high place. Now the Lord had told Samuel in his ear the day before Saul came, saying, tomorrow about this time I will send thee a man out of the land of Benjamin, and thou shalt anoint him to be a captain over my people Israel, that he may save my people out of the hand of the Philistines. There is what he's supposed to do. Isn't that interesting that that's the same thing that Samson was given, to save the people out of the hand of the Philistines. Samson did that, but he did it in an unrighteous way, and he had lost everything, including his life, because of it. For I have looked upon my people, because of their cry is come unto me. Because their cry is come unto me. So he's doing this not because of Saul himself. He's doing it because the people were crying unto him. They've turned to him. This could be two things. First of all, Philistines. They're crying unto the people because of the oppression of the Philistines. They're also crying unto the. They've talked to Daniel. I'm not saying that right. Samuel, sorry. To have a prophet, somebody to lead them, and he's given them that as well. And when Samuel saw Saul, the Lord said unto him, Behold, the man whom I spake to thee of, this same shall reign over my people. So Samuel knows that Saul is the person that's chosen. And Saul drew near to Samuel in the gate and said, Tell me, I pray thee, where the seer's house is. He doesn't even know that it's Samuel. And Samuel answered Saul and said, I am the seer. Go up before me unto the high place, for ye shall eat with me today, and tomorrow I will let thee go, and will tell thee all that is in thine heart. As for thine asses that were lost 3 days ago, set not thy mind on them, for they are found. It's all taken care of. That was a ploy to get you here, sort of. And on whom it is all the desire of Israel, is it not on thee and on thy father's house? He's basically telling them in these questions, the people are oppressed. Who are they going to turn to? They're going to turn to you. What? Really? Saul answered and said, Am I not a Benjaminite of the smallest of the tribes of Israel? My family, the least of all the families of the tribe of Benjamin? Wherefore then speakest thou so to me? And if you look under so to me, it's this way to me, according to this manner. Why are you speaking as if I'm someone important? Why are you even talking to me? Hardly. I asked about my donkeys, and you told me that they're fine. And now you're telling me that somehow I'm supposed to, be a leader? He may even think, well, maybe I'm supposed to be a judge or whatever. He's just going, that's not me. Samuel took Saul and his servant and brought them into the parlor and made them sit in the chiefest place among them that were bidden, which were about 30 persons. So this is quite an occasion, and he's saying, you're going to sit right here in the front with me. And Samuel said unto the cook, Bring the portion which I gave thee, which I said unto thee, set it by thee, meaning set it aside. So he brought something and said, okay, somebody's going to come, and this is the portion that I want. And the cook took up this shoulder, it sounds like a big shoulder of lamb or something, and that which was upon it, and set it before Saul. And Samuel said, Behold, that which is left. And Saul wasn't expecting to eat or anything, so this is really probably blowing his mind. Set it before thee and eat, for unto this time hath it been kept for thee, since I said, I have invited the people. So Saul did eat with Samuel that day. And when they came down from the high place into the city, Samuel communed with Saul upon the top of the house. And they rose early, and it came to pass about the spring of the day in the morning that Samuel called Saul to the top of the house, saying, Up, that I may send thee away. And Saul arose, and they went out, both of them, and he and Samuel abroad. And as they were going down to the end of the city, Samuel said to Saul, Bid the servant go on before us. And he passed on. But stand thou still a while, that I may show thee the word of God. Ooh, it's already getting intense. How's he approaching this? We're going to find out in the next chapter. But now Saul, this person that's just out looking for his father's donkeys, is now just he stumbled into it. Except Samuel knew everything that was going to happen and knew he'd show up and knew he'd do this. But for him, it was just like, just looking for my donkeys, then I'll go home. But no, the Lord had other things prepared for him.